Happy Friday, VV Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel, especially if you're new. This is where we try to keep you on the right side of the market. Now, last night's presentation, we took down, a top-down approach, right? Started with the best sectors in the market, found out what industries are in those sectors, and took a look at some stocks, right? Found some fish along the way. Tonight's presentation, something very similar. However, tonight's presentation, we're going to take a different approach to find hot industries. We are going to utilize one of our proprietary indicators, RT relative timing. This looks at the short-term price trend of these industries, so that way we get a sense of where the momentum is in that short-term price trend and take advantage of it. So let's go ahead and jump in the VectorVest 7 software, take a look at some of the hottest industries right now and see if we can find some fish along the way. All right, big event coming up. We got the Las Vegas 2-day investment seminar coming September 20th, 21st, 2025. You can achieve the VIP experience in person. Just go to VectorVest.com/Vegas to register now. All right, we are in the VectorVest 7 software. Tonight, we are going to be on the Unisearch part of the program. This is where we can filter the database on certain attributes. Right now, we're going to focus on these delta searches. If you don't know what delta is, it just looks at a rate of change over a period of time. So for tonight's presentation, we're going to focus on the industry aspect, right? Makes sense. Find hot industries. Now, tonight we are going to focus on 5-day RT delta. If you read the comments below, delta searches calculate percent change of a parameter over a period of time. You can specify the delta search to sort by the delta percentages, to have the delta greater than or less than a certain percentage, or display what the delta is. So you can see how much momentum. Do you want momentum to the upside? Do you want momentum to the downside? So let's click on the 5-day RT delta. We're going to run the search. Again, this is going to bring back industries, not stocks. This will tell us what industries are moving up. So we can see RT here has increased 26% when it comes to retail jewelry. So tends to be a hot spot right now. Also, we've got fiber optics. I did a video on this a couple months ago. It's been a pretty hot space lately, right? We got petroleum here. I like this software education one. Looking at the RT rankings, this does give a sense of where the industry is in the list as a whole, right? So telecom is number 2 in the entire database. So this industry is already at the top of the list, right? So it depends how you want to look at it. Do you want industries already at the top, or if you want to do some bottom fishing, you can aim for the higher numbers here. So let's take a look at a couple of these. Let's right click on retail jewelry. I'll go to view stocks and industry group, see if there's any potential candidates here. We're looking at the top 5 stocks right now. There's 11 stocks in this industry here. Mixed bag as far as the percent price change. Right now, we're about a half hour to about an hour into the market. 4 buy-rated stocks. Forecasted data, nothing spectacular. This one here has got my little attention. It's undervalued, coming at 726. We value at 886. Let's take a look at the charts, see if there's any potential with these positions in general. This looks like a flag pattern out of the gate here. This could be interesting. If I use a freehand line, yep, you can see a little flag pattern starting to form here. So you want to wait for a breakout, see where the momentum is. This is Fossil Jewelry Group. As far as forecasted data, it is on the rise. Not the best numbers here. Sales growth rate trying to climb out of negative territory. Right now it's at -15. Growth rate in earnings per share on the rise. I do like that. It's just a little overextended if you're a high momentum technical trader. Wait for the breakout. Act accordingly here. Here's another one. We've got Earth Group, another momentum to the side here. I like this retest on the support from this prior wick up here. That's a nice level support coming in. Here is Envela Corp. A little bit of a rollover here. If you want to find some potential, maybe a little scoop up from a pullback, I'd look around here for a retest level. You can see the 20-day EMA coming into that support level. This is around $7. So just keep an eye on this one. We value the company at $886. This is that undervalued jewelry stock. Forecasted data on the rise. This could be a good trade setup on the pullback. I like what I see here. Again, just give it some time. Here is Movado. Nice breakout. We had a level of resistance here. Price action now surpassing the prior swing high. Moving averages in our favor. A lot of momentum to the upside. As far as value here, we value the stock at $17.29, currently at $18.31. So a little overvalued there. Forecasted data, not the greatest. Any other fish in the space? Not so much here. So let's close out of these charts. Close out of these stocks. Let's take a look at fiber optics. This is the #2 ranked industry in the VectorVest 7 software. So let's see if there's any potential candidates here. I like fiber optics, the space in general. Momentum, not there right now. Stocks are pulling back today, it looks like. Sales growth rate, all in positive territory. Looks a lot better than the prior industry. Even the earnings growth rate looks a little better than the prior industry as well. So let's take a look at these charts. Here we've got LightPath. That's going to be the first stock today. You can see rejection at the prior high here. I'd wait for this to pull back. I'm not going to jump in this one. See if there's any other fish here. Level of rejection as well as my resistance zone. I've looked at the stock before. I could see it coming back to that 20-day EMA pretty easily. So I'd wait on this one or take a look at it as a short candidate, depending on how you want to look at it. Here we've got telecom. Again, looks like another rejection. If I want confirmation on this position here, let's use a horizontal line. There's the prior high at 101. Let's get price action above that if you want to play the momentum side. If you're looking for a pullback, looks like the 40-day moving average here. Not a bad level to look at. It's been a level of support in the past on this rally, so take a look at that one as well. Forecasted data, not bad, 4% and 24% respectively. Earnings per share rising recently. I like this tick up recently. I see why the investors are getting enthused with this position. Overall, not a bad position to have in your portfolio. Here's another one. We've got a gap here. It looks like it retested right at this prior swing high. Rolling over once again. Let's see if we can catch that 20-day EMA. Might be a nice trade setup in the future here. Forecasted data, not bad, 21%. Sales growth rate, 15%. We value the stock at 1033, so not trading at much of a premium here, but a little overvalued. This one we value at 23. It's overvalued. Forecasted data is not bad, but again, you can see the momentum to the downside. Let's see where this is. Looks like it was a final level support right around here, around $32. Looks like we're coming back to retest this level on this prior swing high here. If we get a nice pivot, take out the high from yesterday. This would be my confirmation price here. See if there's any momentum to the upside. The high yesterday was 33.44. Let's see if we get above that. And if you want more confirmation, look at this 20-day EMA here. Let's get above that 20-day EMA. But overall, the momentum's to the downside. The trade has not presented itself quite yet. As we scroll down, this education one here, the software, let's take a look at this. We'll go to View, Stocks, and Industry Group. Taking a look at the stocks here, we've got Take-Two Entertainment, Electronic Sports. I like this space. We got one buy-rated stock here. As far as sales growth rate, earnings growth rate, positive. Looks better than the other two industries, so I do like that. The momentum, the market's pulling back today. Inflation data came in a little hot, 2.9. So I'm not too surprised by that. This might bring some opportunities into the future. As far as safety, you're not going to get a lot of safety with this position here. As far as timing, there's a couple stocks with some momentum to the upside. Let's take a look at the charts here. All right, we've got Take-Two Entertainment. It's got a level of resistance right here around 238, 240. Right now we're at 233. Let's get above that. If you are in this position, as long as the price action remains above these moving averages, not going to be too concerned. Forecasted data, growth rate, earnings on the rise. I do like this steady stair-step fashion to the upside here. Sales growth rate, also big jump, coming in at 12% now. Earnings per share, a little bit of a turnaround story. After it's been dipping for a few months, you can see it's starting to tick back up. But again, a little early on this trade as well. RT relative timing just not there. You can see it is above 1 right now. So the favor is in the bears. We got Coursera. Looks like it's trying to find a level of support at the 20-day EMA. But again, the momentum to the downside after the breakout, retesting this 20-day EMA. Forecasted data looks pretty good. We value the stock at $7, so it is trading at a premium right now. Keep that in mind if you're in this position. Here's Electronic Arts. Nice momentum, lower left, upper right. You can see RT still in favorable territory for the bulls at 1.04. See if we get a successful retest from this 20-day EMA yesterday. If you're looking for confirmation, let's take out the high from yesterday. Forecasted data in positive territory. Nothing to brag about, though. 5 and 1% collectively. Here's UDMY. This doesn't look like a good chart whatsoever. And then here's a nice momentum chart to the upside with VSA currently coming in at $1.86. We value the company at 11 cents. So this is a pure momentum play, not getting much value with this position. This is just a simple way to find hot industries in a moving market. Now, the charts didn't look that pretty, right? If we go over to the home page, you can see the color guard is neutral right now. It has been for quite some time. And again, the market's pulling back with that inflation data. So I'm not saying, utilize these stocks or start buying stocks going into the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. But when the market does show some opportunities, you see some green lights on the home page here, take a look at some of these RT Delta searches. They do a great job of putting you in high momentum industries. So we saw some of these stock charts presenting some opportunities. Some of these opportunities need a little bit more confirmation. So again, I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's presentation, got to learn something today, maybe saw a couple fish along the way. Now, as always, if you found the video informative, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Everyone have a great, happy Labor Day weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you next week.